having seen that, will one of these teams try and abuse that hero yet again?
Agree, RSC. If we talk about, this Joy appearance here as the strongest heroes in MLBB, but before we talk further about it, let's take a look to our update bracket, which is Indonesia is already in the grand final, waiting. Who will against them? Is it from Cambodia, or is it gonna be Malaysia or Philippines? Because we will see who is the strongest. Is it gonna be Malaysia or Philippines lang malakas?
Hello,
Assalamualaikum. To
kabar semua?
decide who is going
Salam
to go
semua
up
lagi.
against them. That is the benefit of being on top. So that is definitely something that they are very happy
Aduh,
about.
seram lah lawan
But
Filipin,
back to this
Aduh,
particular match, the team versus
geng.
Malaysia and the Philippines.
Seram
Yums
tu
and
lawan
Villaluna
Filipin.
being highlighted here.
Aduh.
Of course, when we talk about early game,
Oh!
patience, about pickoff.
Lawan
both these
si
players, as the
bener-bener
rover,
si
have
pula
such
kan.
big shoes to fill in. But you also need to remember that it's a bit of a contrast. Yums does a lot of playmaking. Villaluna, a lot more utility orientated. As we have mentioned, the Philippines, the way they play, it's all very team orientated. And now we take a look at the player head to head. And on paper, at least, you see quite a good balance. Some stats favoring Momo, not Momo-chan, but Momo, and some stats favoring Soriano.
And interesting, it's very interesting if you talk about the gold lane position here, because Momo and Soriano, both of them has the same comfort hero pick here, such as Batrix, right? So maybe there's some adjustment from maybe even Soriano or also Momo, because
Beli nak
maybe
simpan
we'll
meta,
see
tak ada nak
the
try
Batrix
meta.
will
Mari
be
kita lihat
banned
siapa
out
yang
by both
menang.
the teams. But I just
Aduh.
feel whoever got this Batrix, of course, he will be
Ini
more comfortable
lawan
by using
susah
it,
tu,
right?
lawan
So
susah.
maybe either Momo or
Tapi
Soriano,
kalau menang,
both of
kalau
them,
menang
maybe
ni
they
kira
have to choose.
sejarah.
Either if they don't get the
Tercipta.
Batrix, maybe Iritel
Kita kena
or
hantar kot
Hulk.
orang, kita
Or
hantar
maybe
amok lah
Melissa
kot.
will be
Pergi
seen in the
jentik
draft later.
jari budak
Or the
Filipino.
1-1, although that hero has been very
That's
prioritized,
right.
Boleh lah
pick
aku menang.
or ban. So you have to see, the gold lane is definitely very dynamic because sometimes
Kita
teams
hantar,
like to send
hantar
the
siapa-siapa
roamer,
pergi
making
dekat
it
Bali,
not exactly a 1v1.
pergi toilet Venus
There's
tu,
just
jangan
some
bagi dia main.
interference there,
Kurung dia dalam toilet.
especially when the mid lane also has a great amount of wave clear.
Kalau kurung
around
dia
the
dalam
map.
toilet, boleh
And
kau
we
menang.
saw, especially against Cambodia, if you rely too hard on the gold lane, you can get absolutely shut down by strategy, by tactics in that early game. So, both
Boleh tak?
these
Boleh
teams,
tak?
we have seen that their gold laners are very
Kita
very
suruh
strong.
siapa-siapa
So,
pergi
are they gonna
toilet
try
player tu, pergi
and
kurung dia
duke
ke,
it out
pergi
in the
mana
top
ke.
side, in the gold lane,
Jangan bagi dia
or
keluar.
are they gonna try and maybe play for
Auto
the
win
EXP
tau.
lane,
4,
do
5 lawan
some
4.
stormings, for
Nak
example, going up against
Aduh.
Dap. Both are absolutely solid
jumpa
XP
yang keras
laners, and if
pula
you
tu
let them
kan.
get an advantage, they will take over that game.
Tapi
Yeah, we talk about the
Come on lah,
EXP,
Todak kena ban Joy lah.
become the front laner for the team itself. So we would like to see how about the draft ban epic here from both of the teams as our lower bracket match started now. But yeah, if we talk about Joy, if we talk about this hero, I think Malaysia, they have their
Banner
own
tu laki
nightmare,
ke
right?
perempuan,
Because
bang?
they lose with this Joy by 2 times be picked by the
Alah, tanya
the
lagi.
team,
Cambodians.
this
Takkan tak
Cambodian.
tahu, tanya lagi.
So
Deja.
I think they won't let it go. They don't want to let it happen again, right? So Malaysia, even though we know that they got their first pick right now, it's gonna be the Philippines who ban out that hero.
Depending on what bans are on the table right here, as Mirko mentioned though, usually the red side has a bit of an advantage. They usually come out on top some way, somehow. There's so many heroes, strong heroes in the priority list that if you are on the second pick, you have a bit of an edge. But the Philippines, they don't want any business with Joy at
Of
all.
course.
It gets banned out without even looking at what is going to get banned from the side of the Malaysians.
Yeah, obviously we will talk about the contestant hero here, right? There's gonna be maybe Leo Mort or even Martis. So they can ban out that Kaja, they can ban out that 1-1 as well. So let the
Main
gold lane
camper
choose
je bang,
which
boleh.
player actually they want to play, right? Is it gonna be Batrix or is it gonna be
Boleh nak tanya Venus tu laki ke
gold lane such as
perempuan.
Irital,
Kau ingat abang dia
or
jawapan,
maybe
tak ada
even,
jawapan lah.
I don't know, Melissa or even Gold,
Kan
because we
salah
never
jawab,
seen
kadang terasa.
Cloud actually been played by Philippines
Not just yet, actually.
and
You're right.
Malaysia either, right?
I think so,
Gang.
but don't
But-
quote us on that. We're not in presence of.
Batu lah
good
like,
stats.
batu lah share
But
boy.
for Malaysia right now, banning out that Valentina, we have seen in a previous match, the Indonesians in particular are very fond of the Yves pick. We'll see if the same trend
Batu dah
continues.
like, batu dah
But
share woi.
aside from that mid lane, we'll have to see in the jungle as well.
Janganlah
Will we
kedekut
see
sangat.
utility?
Hai bang main hai
Are we gonna
Rafiq.
see
Baru nak
assassin?
start ah, baru
Or
nak start bagi
are we
pertama.
gonna see the two marksman strategy?
Malaysia menang
with the
2-0 bang.
Granger in the jungle, which the
Driver tak main daripada semalam ke,
Philippines
tak?
actually pulled out the other day. So for now, it's still one more ban for each team, and with the 1-1 out of the picture here, Malaysia. Will they want to deal with the strong side laners as well?
Nampak
There's some
Filipin dah ban Joy awal
other
lah.
heroes they can ban out here. The Fredin, for example, has been flexed around
Or
by the
maybe Kaja.
Philippines. Kaja as well. You are absolutely right, Momo-chan. A very devastating, very flexible hero that can be played in different roles as well.
Ooh, but it's gonna be Eve because I think Malaysia
Pada tu perempuan
are
ke bang?
targeting this Kaja as the first pick for Malaysia. Will Philippines let it go? Or maybe it's
Abang
gonna
tak
be
tahu lah
a
ni
ban,
kategori
Kaja
lagi ke
ban
perempuan
coming
tahun
from
ni, tak tahu.
Philippines.
Apa macam kategori lagi?
It's just absolutely annoying. So, if the Philippines get ahead of that, we've seen that they like that long-range playstyle, having a Beatrix, having a Yves, and using it to actually poke around, and then that way they can just maintain their position in the center of the objectives, right, near the Lord, near the turrets,
Bang,
and they're gonna
kita
force
pasal
Malaysia
yellow
to
kenapa
jump
bang?
into them. And
Hey.
of course, with the right tools,
Yellow,
it's gonna
jangan
be
sebut.
very difficult for the
Bahaya.
Malaysians to get a successful dive in.
Or maybe they can. Oh, there you go. I would like to say if they don't want to ban out this Kaja, they can ban out this Matilda for Yums. We've seen how strong Matilda in the long
Game
season,
pertama
right?
Todak
With
menang
the
ya.
speed
Come on
and
lah.
also the guiding wind, they can go in and go out wherever they want. But Kaja is still the prior for Philippines, so it's gonna left
Tapi Filipin takut doh dengan Ciku punya wawan.
and even Martis.
Martis, you're right.
Dua wicket kan, dua wicket ni kalau kalah balik ni.
So we got a, or maybe Beatrix.
Tak, masalahnya kenapa Filipin pergi ban wawan? Takut sangat ke dengan wawan tu? Aduh, lepaskanlah wawan. Bang, kalau tak pernah lawan dia, dia buat giveaway tak? Tak ada.
The right kind of composition, we have seen that it is absolutely devastating. The Cambodians were almost able to
Kalau
flip
Todak
the
menang dengan
game
Filipin, abang
the
kahwin
previous game
baru.
we were seeing against
Kahwin
the
dua,
Indonesians
kahwin dua.
off the back of a very, very well played Yutong play. But Malaysia will take that Matilda, that mobility Momo-chan that you were talking about is just absolutely useful for this aggressive playstyle that the Malaysian sensations.
Tiba, gurau je.
Agree with that, but we forgot about one hero that actually are available as well. Arashi, it's Fanny.
Oh, you're right.
Right.
I completely
But
forgot about the Fanny.
I never seen both of the jungler from both of the teams play Fanny. So it's quite interesting because it's not become a prior hero for both of the teams. It's gonna be Benedetta pick and also Farsha for Philippines. It's quite interesting because Philippines, they are more into how they secure their high ground defense.
Dah malam ni kita kahwin dua.
With the maybe one Federal Eye Strike and also the stun cut that comes from the energy impact and also the Curse of Crow.
Not to mention, having the wings by wings allows.
Agree.
We know that
Kalau bawah abang pakai mungkin dia tak ban kan? Kau ajar kau
he is so
dah.
aggressive. He is known as the KDA King, I believe. I might be butchering this nickname, but
Bella
he is
Luna tu-
very solid
Bella
and
Luna
actually
tu-
chasing that kind of aggression, going to the other lane.
Benar tak tu?
For Malaysia, that is going to be the Yutong and the Beatrix, but hang on, Philippines with a very quick hover over this Dairoth.
Okay, Dairot. Actually, it's very, very interesting.
Ini semua salah
because
kuning
if you
ni.
talk about Philippines and also maybe Malaysia,
Bang, kenapa
we talk
tebak
about
tak ada
the,
rival
you
lah?
know,
La
surprise
ilaha
pick
illallah,
that can
budak-budak
come
zaman
from
sekarang ni.
here. But the problem is,
Bila rival main, kau tanya kenapa
second
Ciku tak
basis,
main?
is it worth it?
Bila Ciku main, kau tanya kenapa rival tak main?
Not prior this,
Kalau Ciku dengan rival main, kau tanya kenapa Fome tak main?
the problem, they can pick
Kalau
Dairot.
Fome tak main, kau tak ada Yum tak main, kau tanya pula kenapa Yum tak main bang? Aduh.
Has another
Option?
strategy or another, yeah, I think they have another strategy, but it's gonna be a Leslie pick.
Beria nak sangat rival main.
Secure the gold lane first before the second betting phase started.
Because otherwise Malaysia will be very happy to ban out away
Yep.
most of the marksmen available for Soriano. He is one of the main pillars of the Philippines, and now you really start to see these
Ciku beban kau
compositions
cakap,
take
Ciku lah MVP.
some kind of form. For the Philippines, long range is definitely an option, but having that Benedetta, I feel is quite interesting. It can still be used in the jungle, or it can be used in the EXP lane. The mobility will definitely be very useful. But for Malaysia, it seems like aggression all the way is what it's gonna be. So with that in mind, the Philippines ban away that
Bukan
Gusion.
ni ke line up
For the
Todak yang paling power?
Malaysians, they want to make sure that the Fredrin will
Diam
not be
pemain
a
Moon
problem,
Momo
will not
Ciku.
be a
Bukan ni ke
nuisance
line up
to
paling power?
and stop that dive coming in.
Rival player kelima tu, player simpanan dia orang, bukan ke?
As well as the Leslie.
Okay, it's interesting because we've seen
Halal.
the other hero. Is it gonna be Benedetta Jungle?
Ini kan
or is it
player
gonna
utama
be
mereka
Benedetta
kan.
Expellion?
Pemain
Because,
utama
you
Todak
know,
ini lah
when
dia yang
we've
main.
seen Farsia
Rival kira
at the
pemain
hand
baru
of your
dorang.
opponent side, right? You have to pick at least one hero that can goes into the backline here, which is Malaysia already secured their Yuzong. But moving into the second banning phase here, we won't see Gashan and also Leomort, and also there's no Fredern, or maybe
Memang
Malaysia,
squad
they
lawan
can
Korea,
go
abang
with
dah terlena
Aquino
lah.
just in case this Benedetta goes into the hand of
Player full black league
Sorry.
Banning away some crowd control, but whoa, that is the option they go for.
Ooh, this-
Banning away the Estes, that is some respect going in from Malaysia so far. There is a lot of damage, but maybe not quite enough to burst through the blessing of the Moon Goddess. So, with Estes out of the picture, the Philippines will need to secure something else to guarantee the safety of their back line. It will be the Lolita. it
Ada
seems.
line nak lagi
Human
power ke
Blast
Todak?
can be used as a deterrent, except if
Abang,
Malaysia
solo
can
live
stop
tak?
the
Mana
channel.
ada? Solo dah
That
tak live
can
dah.
spell doom for the Philippines roster.
Yeah, it can be a counter for Batrix Nibiru's patient as well, right? So
Solo
the
dah berhenti lah,
Dragon
jadi
Brewer
buat live
from
stream. Dia tak nak buat live
Lolita,
stream lah. Dia kata sebab
very,
banyak
very
sangat orang
useful
suka
and
tanya dia.
effective to counter all of
Lepas ni
the
dia kata tak ada
range
abang
line
main.
that
Dah tak
Malaysia
risau dah
has
main.
right
Tak ada
now.
orang tanya saya.
Archive
Tak ada lah orang
as
tanya
the
solo live ke
jungler
tak.
for Malaysia
Sebab saya
in
dah tak
hand
live
of
kata.
Chiku, guys. All of the objective can be completed cut by Chiku,
Tak ada
guys.
dah,
here.
solo dah ditarik dah.
Wow, there's gonna be the last pick comes from Malaysia, which is we need one more tanky hero or maybe another support here just in case this Matilda
Balik Indonesia,
goes into
bang.
the roamer position, right? So they need one magic damage here from Malaysia. Is it gonna be Kagura, or maybe they want to go for the for Lilia as
Oh,
the
Chico
burst
main
damage
pandai,
here early here? Kagura seems
Okay.
gonna be a solid pick for Malaysia.
Todak memang tak ada
Haven't seen the Kagura that
MM lain
often,
ke selain
and
daripada
that
Patrick?
high pick, by the way, is quite smart. If the Benedetta is going to the EXP lane, then having a Kai in the jungle will allow the Philippines to disengage from the majority of
Kalau
the fights.
Muton na
But now
Baramin,
Malaysia has
abang nak buat
control
apa?
for the
Nak
neutral
buat-
objectives,
nak
and
buat
they
apa?
can go aggressive with a heavy spin as
Apa-
well.
apa abang
The
nak buat?
Philippines are
Abang rasa
hovering
bangga
over
lah.
the Barretts, but will that be enough?
Malam ni
Usually,
Discord tak? Malam ni
slow
Discord
building means that
Morocco,
you require
Spanyol
a
dia kot.
lot of assistance if
Sebab
you
besok
want to
pukul
be
7
active
dah
in
kena
the
ada
early
dekat
game.
airport.
Yeah, I think for the crowd control, Philippines has it enough.
7 pagi
They
kena ada
have
dekat airport
enough for
tu.
the crowd control here. They have the petrified coming from Benedetta. They have the stun coming from the stun coming from this Farsia, and also the stopper that come from the Nomian Blast of Lolita, right? So Barats could be the option, and there you go. It's gonna be a solid draft ban and pick from both of the teams, looking very strong. But we will see how about the initiation that comes from this both of the teams, and who will take the game number 1. But how about you, RSC? You seems that you have some vision about the draft pick.
Okay, geng.
Because
Siapa menang, geng?
I heard that from the second
Siapa
match
menang,
just
geng?
came from the future.
Came from the future, and Future Man here thinks
Future
that
Man.
the Malaysians, they have a lot more options to play around with. We saw what that means when we saw the Indonesians
Abang,
go to a
siapa
very
tengok
close game with the Cambodians.
daripada
right?
line up
The
yang dia
longer the
pilih
game
ni,
goes,
abang
the
rasa
more
Filipin kalah teruk
options
ni
you
game
have,
pertama ni.
It's just better because now you can feint around and just confuse your opponents. I feel like the Philippines, it's a solid composition, but it's not nearly
Kok
as
caster bias kata
whereas for
Filipin
Malaysia,
solid. Mana ada solid draft dorang.
they have a lot of tools. And
Dah
there
dorang
are
macam
ways
main
to just
main
confuse you,
macam
right?
rank
Are they
epic
gonna
je kot
engage
draft
with
dorang.
The Yin Yang Overturn. Are they going to go with the Circling Eagle?
Todak
Are
easy
they
win
gonna
lah
go
ni.
with the Black Dragon Form, the Petrify, Furious Dive, or are they going to go with
Malaysia punya
Yeah.
draft
Yeah.
power tu. Filipin punya draft macam main epic je rank.
For the match between
Lebah.
the Philippines and the Malaysians, let's get straight into it, Momo-chan, as the junglers are just clearing as fast as possible, setting the tone for what is possibly a very intense early game.
Okay, but Yam's trying to invade the jungle. Both of the teams, actually, both of the jungler, they succeed to get their own buff without any aggressive invasion coming from both of the roamer here. Meanwhile, Imam knows that actually Yam's
Jam ni
leading
10 minit je
there,
settle.
and there's no engagement coming from Philippines towards that the little wanderer here. Meanwhile, Chico, guys, prepare for that. One more level to get the level 4.
Filipin dah boleh GG Webplay dah game pertama ni.
Bro, Jungler and Moon tries to have to clear the minion as soon as possible.
Especially against a Farsa, it's very difficult as well.
Yep.
When we're talking about rotations, it all comes down to wave pressure as well. And so far, it does seem like it is even. Both players are actually going aggressively in the bot side though here. It does look like Dappadap gets very, very low. Not quite enough though, but Formaze now has pressure. He can rotate, he can push, and definitely the members from the Philippines will be looking out for him.
Yeah, agree.
Kau makan apa bang?
If we talk about the line management here, we know how smart Philippines try
Makan
to play
coklat,
more
KitKat
objective
KitKat
here.
Jepun.
With the passive play
KitKat
style
strawberry.
coming from Philippines, I think it's gonna be an advantage as well for Malaysia if they want try to force the team fight, because Chiku, guys, he already has that heavy spin. He can go for the initiation anytime that he wants, and Momo maybe, or even Moon can try to follow up.
Todak tak payah takut Todak. Bantai je Filipin tu bukan power mana pun.
Soriano though, very aggressive, and Momo is out-traded, but in the bottom side,
Ooh!
gets secured by Del Rosario.
Kentut ke
And
bang,
that
mana
will be
ada?
a small victory for the Philippines. No kills just yet, but the Feather Airstrike is being used in the bottom side. Formaze is safe from all that pressure, but the Philippines showing some aggression right here, wanting to take control and take the initiative in the early game.
It's interesting because Chiku, he didn't
Bang,
use
Mutar
the
recall tak
retribution
nampak.
on the turtle.
Mana ada Mutar
So
recall?
it will let the Philippines can secure the turtle objective right now and be. Let's see, Formaze trying to chase Dappadap away. Meanwhile, it's not gonna be a solid, or maybe they don't want to force the skirmish at the bottom lane.
Chico, guys, with the heavy spin used defensively. Numeron Blast
Numeron Blast.
being charged up by Villa Luna. It does land onto Moon, and that will be followed up by a stun. But everything
Basah je Filipin tu Todak. Aduh, tak takut sangat lah.
Almost secure the kill, but
Beria,
the
ingat dia baru sangat.
very defensively. And
Langgar
the
je diorang.
Malaysians are on the lookout. It seems like the Philippines are not done just yet though. Del Rosario is walking up to the purple buff. Most of the ultimates from the side of the Philippines have been used right here. So there's a
Pergi
big
je Yum, jangan
situation.
takut Yum.
Contribution comes in, and it does seem like Chiku was able to secure its own buff. There was an intense
Filipin ni
exchange
diorang menang
off the back.
diorang menang minda je sebenarnya. Diorang bukan power sangat pun.
I just
Diorang
know now Philippines.
bila orang lawan Filipin ni diorang takut. Diorang rasa Filipin ni power sangat. Sebenarnya tak power mana pun. Diorang menang sebab menang minda je. Todak kena fikir diorang ni macam lemah je. Lawan ni gaduh je.
Passive. He needs to be a big
Diorang kena
guy
fikir,
to
alah,
go
Filipin ni
ahead and
lemah je lah.
smash
Bantai
Malaysia.
jom,
So it's
bantai.
not easy for Del
Oh, menang.
Rosario as well. If he wants to really to make some initiation. all
Kalau nak masuk
Philippines
war pun takut
will
sebab
really
padahal diorang tak
to
buat apa pun. Filipin dia gerak je. Takut
For
sangat nak
sure.
masuk war,
And
susah.
right now, it does
Dah je, acah-acah je diorang ni.
And that is not what the Malaysians want. Right here in the late game with a Leslie, with a Farsa, that's a lot of damage they're facing. So the early game is where they're supposed to get a bit of an advantage. Maybe in the mid game, they're going to wrap it up. In the bottom side, though, it's non-stop action between Formaze and Dappadap, just trading it out. The turtle is being contested, though, in the mid side. Moon and Iman just trading out skills. Yineng Overturn is being used. And
Todak
Iman
takut,
is
tak payah
very,
takut.
very
Pergi
low.
je, gaduh
Won't
je
be
Moon.
enough,
Aduh
though, as
Moon,
Dappadap
lompat je
and
Moon.
Villa Luna makes the play. That will be the stun located onto Moon, and that is first blood taken by Dappadap coming in from the XP lane.
It's totally a benefit for Philippines because they get the turtle. They also got Moon in the mid lane, which is
Bah, betul bah, kalau kentut kuat dia tak,
questionable here
kalau
for
kentut
Malaysia because
tak bunyi,
Chiku
bau
are
dia
not
kuat.
able to get the
Cuba
turtle
kau try.
objective here. Meanwhile, Del Rosario and also Villa Luna keep disturbing Malaysia, trying to invade the jungle as fast as possible because we know actually Chiku, he has to play a little bit brave. I think he has to, do an aggressive movement here since he has that heavy spin, and I just feel that Yums sometimes he's ready for the big team fight here. But the problem is we didn't see it coming from Malaysia.
Formaze outside the map, trying to buy some time. He gets taken out by Del Rosario though, and that will be a turret taken by Dappadap as well. The Malaysians, they're not getting enough steam in the early game. Right here, with that Akai pick, they are not able to secure any mutual objectives, and Imam will be the main target here, but he wings by wings us away, and Dappadap comes in with the Electro Final Blow. Moon is now the main target for Dappadap, but again, no real action just yet. Both teams very disciplined, but Dappadap, very bravely makes a play. Yin Yang Overturn does not land, and non-stop action as Jumps gets stunned, and Soriano already having quite a bit of damage. it's gonna be even worse once the game gets longer into the late game.
Yeah, but now Dappadap still looking for more and trying to do some Phantom Slash towards a Malaysian team here. Meanwhile, this is what makes maybe all of the EXP laner very, very comfortable with this Benedetta, because even though the heavy spin connect just not like Chico did, Dappadap still able to run away with the eye for an eye. So there's no CC can connect to Dappadap really easily. He just can easily avoid it.
It seems like Imam, he is not using the Feather Airstrike to, he's not saving it as much as possible for the fights. He has no problems using it to clear waves to get that pressure. Moon here will be late to the party as he gets zoned away by Dappadap, but the Black Dragon form from Formace is used to contest. Del Rosario will secure the turtle, and now a full fight breaks open as everyone is mixed out apart with each other. Formace will be taken very, very low, but he is still sustaining. The heavy spin has been already used though. Villa Luna in the front, taking some damage, getting taken out, but Soriano takes a kill, and Imam gets one as well. That is a 2-for-1 so far, and the fight is not over yet. Snipes from Soriano.
Kasar suka Filipin aduh.
From the side of the
Berat
Malaysian.
sebelah lah weh.
And
Masuk
available, they are
kecam
gonna go
kecam
straight
kasar
for
berat
the
sebelah woi.
turret.
It's 2-for-1 trade coming from Philippines, and now they even got
Kamu
more
lah
target
korang ni.
objective in the
Malaysia
top
punya
lane.
strategi
Meanwhile,
macam ni memang
the ultimate
early
snipe
game kalah.
from Zoriano is not enough.
Strategi
to
Malaysia
take
memang
the
early
lead.
game kalah.
Ooh.
Late game
Ooh,
kalah.
Dappadap
Tu memang
cancel
daripada
that
dulu lagi.
recall from Moon.
Game pertama memang
That is
kasih
so
kalah.
aggressive right now.
Game
Goes
kedua
in
menang.
notification, Imam
Game ketiga,
uses
wah,
the
wah,
Feather
malam.
Airstrike, takes Momo very, very low. Villa Luna though is alone right here as a 1v1 is happening in the orange buff area. Del Rosario uses the Daytona's Welcome. He will be able to secure the orange buff, and Chico is not having a good time at all. Only a Sky Guardian helmet so far.
Yes, with the three turtle objective for Philippines, they have a lead from the gold right now. It's 4K gold lead by Philippines, and it's very, very a good start for Philippines in the early game until at least maybe if they keep snowballing until the mid game here.
Kalah lah sebab Malaysia punya peminat tengok live stream tak tolong like, tak tolong share. Memang kalah Malaysia.
With 1 or 2 bolts
Kena
only,
nak menang.
Chico also down to half HP.
Support pun tak
before
ada.
anything even happens. This kind of
Dia
poke
tengok
damage
live, like
allows
and
the
share pun dia tak
Philippines
tolong.
to actually have a bit
Mana
more
Todak nak
control
menang?
before the fight even breaks out.
Memang kalah.
Maybe Malaysia, they are waiting for something to happen, you know. Maybe they are trying to give some space for Momo to just keep farming until they are ready for the big team fight here. But until when? Because now Imam.
That's a combo for that airstrike with the snipes. Youngs will block the bulk of the damage, but Villa Luna looks for an opportunity. No Man on Blast is being charged up. He goes in, he stuns Momo, but there's no follow-up. Chico guys in the back denying.
Mana ada ugut? Beli je.
Is being used, but that will be Villa Luna.
Tak ugut pun, beli je.
Back down under the turret of the Malaysians.
Dah bang ugut, dah beli je.
But Moon will be targeted with the Daytona's Welcome. Del Rosario lands it. He gets stunned. He gets jumped on. That is
Wow.
Del Rosario setting up for Dappadap, and the Philippines
Alah,
once
relax
again
lah. Baru
comes out
5,000
on top
gol
as
dia
the
kot.
Lord
Boleh
is
comeback
actually
kot.
spawning.
Korang ni king
That's
of
really
comeback
a
kot
good
Todak.
follow they coming
Chill lah.
from Dappadap, and now Philippines, they are seems want to end this game as soon as possible. They are trying to get all of the objectives they can, and the Lord has spawned in the minute number 9, and Formace trying so hard to defend, but look at the Rose Soriano with the ultimate snipe, and Formace is gonna be the last bullet for Soriano.
Imam picks up yet another kill, and Chiku gets chunked low again and again. Dappadap looking for the kill right now as Chiku is forced to retreat. Petrify is being used
Chiku.
as well. He is so low, but it might be too dangerous. Villa Luna though charges the Man on Blast. It won't even be necessary as Dappadap will secure that kill on his own. That is 2 members down so far, and the Philippines will not waste any time at all. Del Rosario beating down on this Lord.
Did you see the zoning that Philippines do just now in the bottom lane? Just make sure that Chiku will be able to get shut down. Meanwhile, the Feather Astro comes in again from Imam, trying to shoot all of the Malaysian people here in the mid lane. Meanwhile, we've seen a lot of snowballing moment here for
Aul main
Philippines
bang
right
atau
now.
win bang.
This is gonna be a
Ni
dangerous
semua salah Aul lah
situation
ni.
for Malaysia.
Aduh, Aul
If they
ni.
are
Lemah lah
still
Aul ni.
being driven away
Gua masuk
by
Todak tak
Philippines.
nak.
They need a combo right here. If they go for pickoffs, the range from the Philippines right now, the Feather Airstrike and the snipes from Soriano is definitely too far for them to contend with. They have to find a chance to catch these men.
Di mana Aul
Look
tu
at this.
sikit,
Moon
bergimat
gets
sikit
pushed
tak negara.
down. Feather Airstrike is used. The final bolt will not land. Flickered away by Moon. But that is Soriano. Just
Tolong
waiting for
bergimat
an
sikit untuk
opportunity.
negara,
They
oi.
just keep doing this
Aduh,
again and
Aul
again.
ni.
Alright, and now Philippines, they just need to wait. The Lord is already marching down into the top lane. They want to again and again. You know, this is the typical playstyle coming from Philippines, right? They want to secure another point kill. And
Gila,
Fomace is
Fomace,
gonna
hilang
be
macam tu
the
je.
first target to get
Menipu
shut
senyap
down.
Philippines
He
ni.
finished off in the jungle.
Just like that, your EXP laner, your tankiest member gets bursted down.
Tak logik doh Filipin ni main.
Resources from the Philippines in the bottom side. Dap relentlessly
Pemain
pushing
macam
down.
tu je mampus.
Del Rosario, he is just standing up in the front. He doesn't even care. He's way too tanky to mind the damage coming in from the Malaysians.
But now Lord is already going in, trying to pushing, but the Numinless setup is already being cancelled by Yums, and I think they still want more.
Abang main pakai Leslie tak keras pun.
And the ultimate slime is already still being able to survive from Yums.
Oh, Fomace though with the Petrify gets the shutdown as well. That is two members.
Gila Fomace, bapak dia berjambul. Kepala otak dia berjambul.
It seems like they want some more, but the Philippines back away.
Abang main pakai
They
Leslie,
understand that
lembik
the
je
Malaysians
Leslie.
have gained some momentum. Gold advantage swinging back. Only 6
Asal diorang
right
ni
now,
pakai
with more
Leslie
members
keras?
on the map.
Yeah, it's really a good setup. Numian Blast actually being cancelled away by Yums using the circling eagle, and also Fomace comes in the perfect timing using the Petrify, connects to 3%. And after that, he used the Fury Dice to, you know, get all the lifesteal that he wants to.
Aduh, come on lah. Caster puji lebih sikit Todak tu.
A big engage onto multiple people. Look at his items. It's not even a lot of
Puji lebih
damage,
sikit
but
Todak,
when you follow up that kind of engage with a lot of damage, that's just all you need. Chico guys though gets taken with a lot of damage as well. 1,600
Sebab
true
Bandung
damage
mana ada
coming in
hero tu yang
from
noob.
Soriano.
Mana
At
ada
this
Bandung?
point, that is way too much to be ignored.
Yep.
Hero
And
tu yang
now
lebah.
Yums trying to giving some information, looking towards the jungle in the bottom lane. He's only find Villa Luna, but now with the rose gold meteor in the hands of the
Orang main pakai jari bang, mana ada orang main pakai otak. Macam mana kau nak main pakai otak macam mana? Tak boleh tu. Tak boleh tu. Kau letak otak kau dekat tribun mana boleh main tu. Yo
Eyes
ilah
on the bottom lane right here. That was a
muis.
close situation. Soriano trying to push the wave, but Moon is just waiting so patiently. He knows eventually the Lord will win the
Mantap. Kepala otak kau berjambul Muiz. Terima kasih 1000 bintang Muiz. I love you Muiz.
That might just spell doom for the
Memang terbaik dah Muiz. Kalau kau ada depan abang pada cium dah dahi kau.
taking away so much pressure, and now they're using that macro pressure from Dap to get more advantage, more
Baik dah,
control
bos.
in the Lord Pit.
But no one knows where's Moon, because Moon is still hiding inside the bush in the bottom lane here. And Philippines, they want to try to bait
Tutan ni,
Malaysia.
bos.
They want to try to bait in the lower pit right now. They want to force the team fight with Malaysia, as Dapadap trying to make some distraction in the top lane.
Moon is spending so much time in the bush here. If this pays off, this is some big brain 5,000 IQ play. Chico guys though, very tentatively moving around the Lord Pit. He knows their members. The conceal play is being
The
used though.
conceal?
Feather airstrike is being used. The stun from Villa Luna. The snipe coming in from Soriano. But that will be it. And look at Moon. He is on a mission. He is undercover. And the Malaysians know they have an opportunity here. They are moving in. Dapadap, I think he used the electric final blow. But look at Fomace coming in. Oh, there's an overturn being used by Moon, but it does not land. Soriano, he's alive, but he's jumped on by Fomace. It won't be enough though. Everyone else, it's Fomace against the world. But Soriano is just sniping him down. That's a mega kill picked up as Del Rosario bullies away the Malaysians. And they are forced to back
Oi,
away.
kau ngajar
They
dia
are
kita kata
trying to
bully.
find Zoriano who stay in the backline, but it failed. Malaysia, they use Moon and also for Mace, but it failed. Now it's gonna be 4 versus 5. Yums, the ultimate is already being used by Imam, and the immortality broke from Yums. Another members down from Malaysia, and it's gonna be a Lord for Philippines.
They were able to get a tower on the top side, but that will be 2 members down and a Lord taken by the Filipinos. Soriano at this point, 5-0 and 4. But look at the items, Momo-chan. That is disgusting damage.
Wow, 12k for Zoriano. He already got the Berserker Fury for the critical. He got the attack speed from the Windtalker, and also the highest physical damage coming from Blade of Despair, and a true damage coming from this endless battle.
That is just so much trading. He does not have to sit still and dish out that kind of damage. He can just occasionally poke down with the 1,500 true damage. And now with the Lord coming in, the Filipinos, they have arranged for the waves to come in at the right time. Four mates, as you mentioned, Momo-chan, looking for an opportunity. But for now, the Filipinos are gathering with the Lord, trying to get some advantage. They are still worried about the engaged potential for sure. But now, look at Dapadev, just pushing everyone back in. Feather airstrike has been used to zone away, push back the Malaysians from their own tower. And will the Filipinos actually go for the end right here as the bottom final base turret gets taken out as well? From the looks of it, the Lord is still very much healthy. They can make a play, but they need to be very, very careful unless they get comboed like the last time. Formays still on the side, pressuring, threatening to flank, and that will ensure that the Filipinos will need to back away.
How disciplined Philippines, their playstyle, they don't want to force the team fight, they don't want to force a skirmish inside the base of Malaysia. As long as they can secure the 3 best turrets, they let the super minion goes in. Another Feather Aster comes in from Imam, trying to give a lot of poke damage towards Chiku, and now Chiku needs to get out from that jungle.
Now with the wave in the bottom side, the Filipinos, they are just still very patient, very disciplined. They understand that they excel when they can control the tempo, when they can just poke around and deal damage from a very safe distance. So now knowing that the Malaysians, with their back to the base, they're just waiting and farming up a storm. Blade of Despair and the Holy Crystal computed at the same time. That long range burst damage is just gonna get worse and worse for the Malaysians.
Oh my god, the life the Philippines life, I think, is relying on this Farsha and also Leslie, right? So with the item that they have, actually, it's enough for them to giving a lot of damage here towards Malaysia. So Malaysia, they have to be careful, especially they don't have. They don't have any answer how to go jumps into the backline, trying to shadow him in the first place. But Chiku trying to play with the 5 members of Philippines. They are chasing him away. The flicker is being used by Filaluna, and another 100 IQ play from Chiku. He's still able to survive, but immortality.
He goes with the Petrify. He goes in for the engage, but it won't work. Look at Moon trying to get the burst damage down. It lands on 2 people, but it's not enough as Soriano takes out Moon. The Filipinos are on the hunt right now. Yums and Formis running away. Look at the HP bars drop. That will be Formis taken out. Yums is forced to back away and leave his Cormet behind. Chiku tries to make a play happen, but he won't be allowed to. Dapadap sends them home.
Wow, wow, wow. 2 members down from Malaysia, and now the Lord is free for Philippines. This is what I said before.
Weh,
They don't
18
have
minit
any-
tu.
any-
Okey
they don't
lah.
have any answer how to shut down Imam.
18 minit
Even though
okey
Chiku
lah, geng.
trying to
Tak
buy
kalah
a lot
teruk.
of time, But
Ah.
Numen's setup is open again by Villa Luna, and
Kalau-
look at the snipe.
Kalau cukup
damage
20
coming
minit,
from
kira Todak
Zorian.
power lah.
It just melted Chiku guys away.
2,300 true damage, and now Momo takes a lot of damage as Dapadap.
Momo, buat apa kat situ, Momo?
Welcome, just take him out. He is going to be very low as the Immortal actually is popped up. Momo trying to do damage, but it's been blocked by the Bulwark from Villa Luna as Dapadap goes in with the Petrify. He is 1v2 right now, trying to
Boleh,
make the play
boleh.
happen. That's one into the pop, but that's
Ha!
not the Philippines.
Ha! Come back!
Actually, as
Ha!
well punishes.
Ha!
The Witch Torch is being used by Imam, but he will
Apa
eventually
benda
get
ni,
taken out.
Leslie menipu
Soriano is
tu.
still
Leslie
alive,
dah nak
though. He's still
mampus
doing a lot of
kot.
damage, but barely enough. The Philippines survive with all 5 members and end the game. That is going to be game number 1 going into the hands of the Philippines.
Wow, 1-0. The first game secure by
Macam
Philippines.
menipu
And I
je.
can say it's quite a dominating game for Philippines.
Filipin ni.
Since we know maybe
Leslie
a lot of
dia
things
nak
that
mati
happened
kot. Tak
inside
macam
the
mati
game just
tu.
now. But I also saw how hard actually Formay tried to defend
Okay
the
dah.
base in the last team fight, right?
Next
It was
game
so
kita
close. They
kita
were all so
next game pergi
low.
colik seorang
I
player
know,
tu dah
right?
menang.
But the Lord is already marching down into the mid lane, and they don't have any base turret anymore. It means the super minion will just goes in
Nice
and just
Philippine.
anyhow end the game as soon as possible.
Aduh, wah ya Malaysia
That's
lose.
why the lane management, the
Ayah.
fact that the Philippines were able to actually manage the waves so that it crashes at the same time, and from then on, all they have to do is keep the Malaysians occupied, trying to fend them off. And if they go for the Lord, they get killed in the team fight.
korang
If they
ni-
go for the
korang ni-
Philippines,
korang ni-
as you
korang ni
can
bukan
see,
Malaysia
the
ke
Lord
bukan
and
mana
the
ni
minions
korang ni?
will take out the base. This is why that the Lord is such an important tool to ending the game, and the Filipinos absolutely take advantage
Korang ni
of
orang
that.
Malaysia ke orang Filipin?
Soriano become the MVP for our first game. A lot of free space, a lot of free time for
jadi lah,
Soriano to
Hakim.
get what item that he wants, you know. Wherever that he wants, he can get it. Because no one can shut him down. And Imam with the Pharaoh Astrike again and again. The Curse of Crow, the the energy
Berarti
impact
susah
from
nak masuk
Imam,
war, kena
the
duduk
stun
Pasha.
connects
Itulah
to all of the
tu.
member from Malaysia. It seems that Malaysia, they are very, very confused how to goes into the backline here, especially Todak with this Benedetta using that petrify, right? So it can smell down everyone who is very, very low.
Itulah
and
tu.
it's easy for Dapada
daripada hari
to
tu
chase him away.
dia main
I must
bateri.
say though that Moon
player
on the
lebih kurang.
Kapura, he was very crafty with his positioning. He was looking for opportunities to flank, but the yin yang overturn takes so
Tapi
much time to
yang ini
activate that
boleh,
Soriano
dorang
can
boleh
actually
menang
play
tu.
around it, can flicker out from that threat. And
Dorang
I
kena
think if
buang
he was
Pasha
on
tu.
a
Sakit
hero
tu Pasha
with
tu.
a lot more dynamic, a lot faster of burst damage, I think this game would have been very, very different because for the most
Yeah.
part, Moon was unable to find any big success in these team fights despite spending so much time trying to get into the right position.
I know, right? I just feel that maybe because of like 3 turtle objectives for Philippines, it makes Malaysia, they cannot find, Philippines, they are just leading a lot of gold, a lot of level as well. So I think there's some differences, level and gold gap for Malaysia. What makes them very, very hard to at least defend their base. Because
Exactly.
they cannot hold a lot of burst damage coming from Philippines, right? They have Imam, they have the Soriano, so I think it's quite hard for Malaysia because like maybe like you said, Arashi Moon using this Kagura, he needs some item. He can burst all of the member from Philippines meltdown with the Yin Yang overturn, but the problem is he needs one maybe lightning transient on also the Clock of Destiny to get all of the passive here, so he can get the massive damage that burst. But the match MVP goes into the hand of Soriano here with the 9 kill without no death at all.
No death at all, and look at the damage dealt to the damage taken ratio. That is 100,000 damage dealt and 25,000 damage taken. So this
Next
man
game
is
dorang main
just not touched during
nah.
the course of the game. He is just so solid and he is just so aware, especially because he knows that he is one of the main threats for the side of the Malaysians, and in a way that shows that the team is one-dimensional in how they want to approach the fight, but that also means they understand what the Malaysians are going to try and do. So he just outplays all the pick attempts, and the player spotlight is going to be on Imam for sure. Almost 70,000 damage dealt, 43,000 damage taken, only 1 death, despite the fact that he is also targeted. And there should be 1 more death, by the way, Momo-chan. But in that last fight, he uses the Winter Truncheon, and he instantly sells it and buys an Immortal, but buying more and more time. I don't know, man. The awareness, the reflexes from the Philippines is just absolutely insane right now.
Yeah, he has the immortality, even though it pop-ups, but it makes some time for Philippine to just cover him very fast, right? Because Villa Luna, even though we never seen a lot
Orang
of
akan sekali one shot, one kill kan,
setup
itulah tu.
from the Numin Blast, but they don't.
Lihat
they
kamu
just
masih
need to
belum-
be, a
Hai
frontliner for
kurang
Soriano. They just are relying on this guy because
Kau nak tahu
they
apa
know
yang
he
Todak
not
kena
bad
buat
at all. No one
untuk
can
menang
touch
game lepas
Soriano
ni?
at
Hello?
the line here because every
Diorang
time
kena
Philippines trying to
rehatkan
open the
player
Black Dragon
Filipin.
form and trying to dive into the backline of Philippines,
Bagi bot je main.
all of the damage from Philippines will melt him down.
Jangan bagi
That's
player
the big
Filipin main.
problem.
Menang
I mean,
game
you do see
kedua.
that Villa Luna was able to
Game
just
ketiga
be
baru
in the
dah bagi
face of
budak Filipin
Momo,
main.
and any damage being tried that Momo tries to impart onto the Filipinos,
Yeah.
it just gets absorbed by the Guardian Bulwark. So
Kau tak rasa
worked
dia
as
main dan
intended
apa
per se,
lagi M
and
lagi?
again,
Tak apa, tak apa.
even though there wasn't any big Numenon blast that just ended a big
Tunggu
team
solo
fight
bang,
for the
jadi
Philippines,
Malaysia.
you can see
Solo
that
kalau main pun
occasionally
belum tentu
it
menang
pushes
lah,
the
geng.
members of the Malaysians away, and occasionally it still picks off
Kalau
members
Solos
like
main
Chief
menang,
like,
Solos
Momo,
dah lama nak main untuk
depending
Todak
on the
tau.
circumstances. So the flexibility of Villa Luna and how he wants to use the Numenon blast is definitely a huge plus to their gameplay.
Yeah, the most important is how actually Villa Luna he used the Guardian Bulwark on the perfect timing, right? Trying
Kalau
to hold a lot
Solos
of damage
main,
coming from the Nibir's patient from this Momo, it makes all of the Philippines damage
Menang.
very, very safe.
Solo dah main dah untuk
Actually,
Todak.
in
Tapi kau sebab
the
Solo
position,
tak
because
rasa
no
boleh
one can
menang
touch
tu
him,
dia orang.
no one can touch
Dia tak main.
Soriano.
Kau tak
Like I
apa
said
dia
earlier,
tak nak main.
they're-
Tak main dia main
Philippines, they're
teman.
just lit so much gold and also the EXP. So it's totally a different level
Ramai Momo
between
macam dah
Philippines
kahwin
and
ke
also
belum? Tak
Malaysia.
tahulah lah itu
I wonder
sebenarnya
if
dia.
the result of this game will be different if instead of sending
Terus
Moon
kalau
to
mau
be
Solo
an
Ciku
assassin
pakai
to
Nana
just
Jungler bang,
flank, we send
boleh.
Omis instead. Because the only fights where the Malaysians were able to gain any momentum is when Formace was able to get a huge
Atau
engage on
memparang
the three
je,
people with the Petrify, with the Furious Dive, and
That's
then
right.
the damage comes in as follow-up. So maybe that is the winning condition that they can identify. We'll have to see what kind of adjustments will be done in game number 2.
Yes,
Todak Ayuh
game
bukan back.
number 2.
Abang
We
tak ada
will
masa
see
nak main
what,
BB lah, geng.
What will Malaysia do because
Ada masa nak main
if they
rank.
lose
Abang kalau
this match,
kalau abang ada
it
masa
means
main rank,
that
abang
they
dah
will
Mythic
be
Glory
in the next
2,000
game.
dah
They
kot.
have to say goodbye in this tournament.
Ooh.
And it's very, very sad because we know how
Abang tak ada
strong
masa nak
Malaysia,
main je.
right? But it's a different, when I saw the first game just now, I just feel that it's not the Malaysia that I know. The Malaysia that I know, they like to play aggressive. They like to crush everyone. They don't care about. I know how Chiku, as the youngest, maybe the youngest player inside
Bang,
the team
kuning
here,
lemah.
he wants to
Udah-udah
get
tu.
more kill here. But the problem is with the Akai, it's not easy for him as well.
Well, that's one thing, but also the fact that the lane pressure, it all comes back to that.
The line management.
Going up against a Farsa, how do you win that push battle? It's a Benedetta against the
Sam
Yutong.
nak tak nak buat TML
as
ke
you
bang?
know, the lane pressure is what
Tak ada
allows
peluang
the
untuk
Philippines
dorang
to
nak
have
ambil
so much
slot
more
kot.
opportunity to
That's right.
roam around and get a
But
lead.
rehat
in
berapa
the
lama
early
ni
game.
bang? Nak
Because
start
it
ni,
was
nak start
supposed to
ni.
be the Malaysians. If they keep going for skirmishes, I think the Malaysians has a better kit.
Yeah, but we will see what will happen in game number 2. But we will take a short break. So for you guys, don't go anywhere. We will be back after this.
Dia borak panjang. Rupanya nak suruh break. Kau tak payah borak dah tadi.
World Esports Championships Bali 2022 with me Sigit as your field host. So this is the second day of the ISF 15 World Esports Championship Bali
Oh, ya,
2022 and we still have a lot of interesting match and games in the game category of eFootball, Tekken 7, CS:GO, Dota 2 and also Mobile Legends Bang Bang. You can see full match schedule on our Instagram at the ISF_official and also garudaku.sg.
Baik dia tak payah borak daripada tadi. Kita orang rehat dia. Ingat dia borak lama-lama rupa nak start dah. Dululah kita rehat dulu gang. Kita dengar lagu joget dulu gang. Dengar lagu joget dulu lah. Dengar lagu joget tu.
Still with me, Arashi and Momo-chan. This is Moshi Moshi speaking.
Mosi, Mosi. And he say, Mosi, Mosi means that hello, right?
It means hello, yes.
In Japanese, right? Hello, Mosi, Moshi,
Exactly.
Moshi.
Hello, guys. How you guys doing? Because now we are into game number 2,
Game number
where we
2.
can see will the Philippines get a clean sweep unexpectedly against a contender as serious as Malaysia, or will Malaysia begin to attempt a reverse sweep?
Yeah, I just feel it's this is not the Malaysian that I know. The Malaysian that I know is very, very aggressive.
Barbaric?
Sorry?
Barbaric?
Yeah.
Langgar,
something-
langgar?
Langgar. But the thing is, Philippines, maybe we talk about these teams. If we talk about the Philippines team, they show us a passive fight, actually, a passive game since in the first day they came to the ISF, right? But it's totally different when they're against Malaysia just now. An aggressive play, they even invaded the jungle of Malaysia since in the early minute. It what makes the Philippines keep snowballing in the first game.
That is exactly what shut down Chico as well.
That's
As
right.
you mentioned, Momo-chan, he definitely wants to get more action in, but with all the damage coming in, with all the crowd control available, he was just forced to back away after, the second neutral objective? So for the Malaysians, if they want to fight the early aggression, they require good lane management and a solid mid laner as well. I mentioned it already, but I am not fond of that Kagura pick because
Me too.
it just takes way too much time for the damage to come through, and against a team as aware as the Philippines, we've already mentioned it, they will not allow that kind of damage to come in.
Yeah, that's true. Agree with that.
Kagura pick because
Me too.
it just takes way too much time for the damage to come through, and against a team as aware as the Philippines, we've already mentioned it, they will not allow that kind of damage to come in.
Yeah, that's true. Agree with that. Maybe the other burst damage such as Lunox or maybe Lilia could be the answer for Malaysia in the first game. But let's move on. Let's go into game number 2. Philippines versus Malaysia. It's going to be the first pick for the Lang Malangkas team here. There's going to be a Yuzong ban out. Totally respect for Mace, and there's no joy as well because Malaysia totally had a nightmare because of that.
Ooh, the joy being banned by Malaysia, but remember, Momo-chan, there has been a pattern. The team on the red side usually comes out on top.
Yup.
Right now for the Philippines, though, I think it's not too different. It's the Yuchong being banned away. Of course, that part is different. But then the Yiv also banned out to ensure that if the Philippines want to go for that long range situation, I guess if Malaysia wants to pick up that Farsa, The Philippines won't really have a replacement. For now, though, Malaysia is content just banning out that digging, ensuring that if they want to go and grab the Filipinos
Yeah.
in the middle of the fight, they can do so without any interruptions.
Digi ban out from Malaysia. It means they want to secure more the crowd control hero here, maybe such as Benedetta, or maybe they want to give a slow damage as well, right? But it depends on the last ban coming from Malaysia, because Philippines they ban out this Kaja, so it's left 1-1 open for Philippines in the hand of Soriano if they want to. But will Malaysia give it away to him?
Might be a bit too dangerous, but you can see that for the Philippines, what is the main focus? To ensure that we do not get caught. They understand that the Malaysians, they enjoy that very brutal playstyle where they just keep going in. So if they're able to actually avoid that engage from the Malaysians, you can see in game number 1, despite all the flanks, all the aggressive movements from Malaysia, they were able to kite back and comfortably just pick off the members of Malaysia one by one. But they will ban away this 1-1 from Soriano.
Yeah, I think it's a wise decision from Malaysia to ban out this 1-1 away, because in the hand of Soriano, maybe not just Soriano, we know how strong 1-1 is after the weakness point breakup. I think it's gonna be a huge crossbow off-tank damage coming from this good lane, right? And Philippines, they have a chance to just secure this Valentina picks if they want to. A Valentina pick.
Valentina.
Is it gonna be the prio pick for Philippines, or with the Farsia?
If they go for the Valentina, then they won't be able to use that long-range playstyle any longer. It will allow them, though, to be very much aggressive in the mid lane, but if they go for that Benedetta, it's still flexible, kind of, but for the most part, it might just go back straight to Dapadap, who was able to have so much impact, so much pressure in the
Dapadap.
previous game.
True,
Whoa.
Oh, I think it's not gonna be Feller.
Could it be? Could it be?
Is it? Yeah, maybe.
Valir.
Feller, if they want to, they can try to pick it. We know that this Feller has the anti-CC, right, from the ultimate itself.
True.
But Faramis Shadow pick comes in from Malaysia. With the Cold Arthur, it will make all of the Malaysian team fight here will be more sustained. They will have a long team fight.
Right. But if we talk about the early game, though, usually the Faramis Cult Altar will keep your team alive, but can you have enough damage to dish it back? Because once you get taken out during the Cult Altar, it also means that you are out of the fight for a bit, and during that time, your allies get beat up anyways. So they go for the Valentina instead, and that Fredrin, denying it from Wise, potentially. But now...
And the reason as well why they ban out this Digi, right? Because they
Yes.
want the CC, the taunting that Fredrin has to for the team fight in the hand of Malaysia and Philippines. Is it gonna be another Farsia for Imam?
Maybe the marksman first. As I just
Or
as I was about to say,
Okay.
Beatrix or the Leslie. I mean, the Leslie performed really well in the previous game.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, Momo-chan, this crowd control game is important, and for 4Maze, being on a Fredrin means that he can deal with Dapadap just that much better. Although it's still very much a skill matchup, and now for the Philippines, they will opt to go for that Lolita yet again, probably providing protection and early game utility, especially in that gold lane.
Yeah, even though Malaysia they picked this Beatrix, or maybe even though they picked this Irital, Philippines they already has the counter here with the Guardian Bulwark coming from Lolita, right? So Malaysia, what will they pick as a third pick comes in right now? Is it gonna be the next gold lane? If they don't secure the gold lane right now, I think there's a chance as well for Philippines to just, just ban out of the gold lane choices here, right? The golden option, they just can ban the Beatrix, they can ban the Irital or Melissa if they want to, or even the Cloud. So giving a small options for Malaysia for the gold lane position, but it's gonna be Ruby.
Oh, Ruby, wow.
Another crowd control coming from Malaysia, because they know there's no DG in this game.
They also want to, I think, counter Soriano with the conceal, because the Ruby can very much stop the movement of the Leslie, despite still concealing. So I think that might be one of the main goals. For Malaysia, though, they had enough of that early game oppression coming in from Del Rosario. They ban out that Barats, but that means that the Philippines have an option here to go for a different jungler. The Fredrin is no longer available. The Granger comes to mind, but let's be real here. That is a very situational pick, so I don't think that will be the case.
Yep. Okay, they're still thinking about the next banning phase for both of the teams. Philippines, they just ban out. Okay, that Leomord is a good choices as well, because Malaysia, I think for sure this Fredrin will goes into the hand of Formace, right? I never seen Chico play this Fredrin jungler, or maybe it's gonna be a Valentina jungler for Chico.
Well, you never know. But for the Philippines, banning with the Leomord means that the Malaysian is down. The Malaysian team members are down one engaged tool yet again. Final bans right here, and if the Philippines want to keep applying this kite back strategy, denying more engages will be important. But for the side of the Malaysians, will they ban away that Farsa? It was one of the main reasons why they were able to just get kills from so far away. It will be banned out by the Malaysians. So, what will Imam be playing? Will it be more aggressive picks, or is it someone with equally long range? Because usually when Yves and Farsa are both down, Sicilian comes to mind, but in the current meta, man, it's going to be very difficult for you to survive in that laning phase.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. There's no high ground for Philippines because Malaysia, they respect ban this Farsia, and there's no Gashin as well because they know with the burst damage that can melt down all of the heroes from Philippines here, there's no sword pike, there's no Incendence as well from discussion, so they want to ban it out away. They know how dangerous this hero, so we won't see it in the game number 2 here. Meanwhile, it's gonna be Irithel Shadow pick coming from Malaysia.
Irithel here makes a bit of sense. It's a lane bully trying to shut down the Leslie from the early game. It will be locked in for Momo. But as you mentioned, Momo-chan, if they can get an assassin here, it's probably very beneficial. They have a chance to save that last pick to see if the Philippines do have a juicy, squishy backline that Chico can take advantage of with an assassin. But of course, we have to wait and see. Because for the Philippines, if they don't want to go for that, they still have the option of going aggressively with something like a Lilia, as we mentioned earlier. Oh, hang on.
Ooh.
Is this a statement by Imam? It is.
Ooh.
It's a Kagura, and it's gonna be. It's not locked in just yet, but the tank Guinevere coming in from Del Rosario, it is so annoying. It is so oppressive. It will be the duo, essentially, Villaluna and Del Rosario, just
Wait.
two-man tanking it for the team. Will that be enough damage, though? We'll have to see.
I was thinking another
It's locked
question though, actually, RC. Is it gonna be enough tanky for Philippines, right? With just only Lolita in the hands of Villaluna, it means that Philippines, they have to play more aggressive with this kind of draft. They have this Guinevere, they have the potential with the crowd control from the Violet requirement, and also I just feel that Imo want to show to Malaysia like, hey, this is how you play Kagura. You know, I'll show you in the game number 2. And now the last pick for Malaysia, it will goes into the other jungler, which is it's gonna be other Akai, another Akai pick from Malaysia.
Oof. If it's another Akai pick, then the backline will be still
Ooh.
very much invulnerable. But it is going to be a Dairoth in the jungle. All right, it's Chico on the Dairoth jungle. So expect a lot of action in the early game for sure. But now this is the question. I think, can Malaysia get some steam in the early game? Because later on, if Imam and Soriano scale up and do a lot of damage, it's going to be very tough for Malaysia to actually find an opportunity to punish their squishiness in the back line, because they have gone for a bit of a front-to-back composition themselves.
Interesting to see, but Malaysia looking very, very strong from the draft since in the game number 1 actually. But the problem is, how do they initiate it inside the game later? How the execution will works for Malaysia? They
Cakap sikit
have
bang,
a lot of
cakap.
CC coming from Ruby. They
Cakap.
have the Fredrin, and the problem is
Cakap.
they have to
Menang
make
Todak
some
game
space
kedua ni geng. Abang dah jampi
themselves
dah.
to just secure his item.
Pemain Filipin,
Now that it's a
dia punya
front-to-back
jari jadi
from
lembik,
both
tak ada
these
tekan
teams,
dia main.
I do feel that the gold lane that gets ahead first will be able to melt down the frontliners faster. That usually is how it goes when a mirror front-to-back composition game comes along. But ladies and gentlemen, we are into game number 2 between the Philippines and the Malaysians. We'll see, can the Malaysians equalize or can the Filipinos claim the victory?
Let's see. Is it gonna be 2-0
Prediksikan
for
pada bila
Filipinos
bang?
or
Awal Januari.
It's gonna be Malaysia langgar
Oof.
for his game.
Malaysia longer will be fun to see for sure, but before doing that, they need to have that lane control, and so far, with the different picks in the lanes, it is a lot better.
Agree with that. But I think Philippines,
Ooh.
they still need to see how these Chico guys play with this Dyra, right? Because this is the first time that I see Chico.
Kalau ikut dah tak boleh menang bang. Ya, menang. Confirm
Exactly.
menang.
It's not exactly an orthodox pick, but look at the mid side. Imam trading out against Moon, already getting a bit of an advantage, and Soriano on this Leslie. You would think that he is going to be losing, right? He's going to actually have a tough time in the lane, but he's actually holding his own against Momo. And that is a bit concerning for the Malaysians for sure, but we need to wait and see, can Chiku start getting the ball rolling? Obviously, at level 4, that Abyssum Strike will be one of the main key factors, key tools in the big team fight. The turtle is spawning in 20 seconds though, but there we go. That is an engage by Yums. Villa Luna is forced to flicker away, and they go win with Abyssum Strike. That is a first blood in the mid lane, however. Imam shows the Malaysians how it's done, and on the bottom side, yet another duel, and Momo attacked the minions a bit too much there, and Soriano is able to secure a very good
PS
trade.
main meta healing bang. Menang ni. PS kasih Malaysia menang game kedua ni.
1-for-1.
Supaya kita ada 3 game hari ni.
Minutes here for both of the roamers. I think it's quite fair for Malaysia as well, right? But Villa Luna tank a lot of damage coming from Malaysia with the Guardian Bulwark. Meanwhile, they want to try to contest this turtle.
Chiku guys going for the turtle, still getting petrified though with the electro final blow combo. There we go. Turtle actually gets taken by Dapadab. That is a disaster as Chico gets taken out, and now the rest of the team will follow as Yums is being knocked up. He gets taken out by Del Rosario. Yin overturn is located, but it doesn't actually land. And Del Rosario actually picks up one more as Soriano comes out of nowhere. Moon trying his best to survive, but it won't be enough as Dapadab goes straight back in. The Filipinos are taking control right now.
If I was Soriano just now, I will just say, hey,
Gila,
can you just
kalah.
give me the kill points?
4-0
I need it
tu.
actually. And the part of it just, anyhow,
4-1
okay, I will just
geng.
use my Phantom Slash to finish it.
Apa
He
ni geng?
walked all the way there and he did
I
not
know.
get that kill, but here we go. I'm offended being used, and Villa Luna gets taken very low as Momo.
Jangan takut sangat lah. Bantai je. Ha, pukul je. Ha, kejar dia.
But can the trade back be secured? Yums will be able to deny that, and the Malaysians get a bit of a small victory. The snipe from Soriano. Combo with the overturn though. That is Moon making the plays happen, and Soriano picks up one more kill. Abyssum Strike though will take out Imam as a consequence. And we have a game in our hands, boys.
Wow, at least it's 1-for-1 for both of the teams right now. And look at the combo that comes from the Yin Yang overturn pop-ups by Imam. It makes sure that one member from Malaysia, of course, will be dead.
Ooh, here we go. The Luminous Blast being charged up. Villa Luna with the flicker actually won't be able to secure as Momo will jump away with the ultimate. But now with 3 members down here, the snipe is being used by Soriano, but they won't be able to secure any kills just yet as Chico is all over the map trying to farm up. He is one of the main win conditions for the Malaysians. Maybe we'll see a play happen in the top side.
Yeah, meanwhile, Dapadab. Ooh, the flame shot coming from Imam, and Moon needs to be forced to using that flicker to run away to get out from the death
Del
for himself.
Rosario, he just comes in, tries to secure the kill with the Retribution. Unfortunately, just very slightly off. And now without the Retri available for just a while here, they're going for a play. It's still a 3v2 right now. Electro Final Blow has been used as Chico gets very, very low. A Wisdom Strike onto the turtle, but it's still alive. Retribution will secure the turtle finally, and the Malaysians will be able to survive, save Chico, and it's no one downed from either team.
Yeah, it's almost done though for Chico, but he's still able to run away from it. And how the
Kas lah bermain.
Phantom Slash to just go in and go out. Meanwhile,
Kau
in the
bang
bottom lane,
kas
a
kan
Lumion
Todak
Blast setup
kena.
as well.
Risau.
Just make sure that no one can shut
Bomo abang
Soriano
cakap,
down
Abang Ramil
in the
kena
bottom
tidur.
lane because 2 members from Malaysia
Game
trying
kedua ni
to
baru
chase
Todak
him
menang,
away.
dia kata.
Really a good cover coming
Tapi
from
abang cakap,
Hangzhou,
cakap abang nak
and
tidur.
it's not gonna be another target down.
Dia kata, tak apalah
In the
kalau
bottom
tak ada
lane.
tidur,
That is very
dia
great
suruh
defensive use
diam.
of the Numen Blast. The lethal
Kalau
one
diam,
will
Todak
be
menang,
taken
dia
away,
cakap.
but look
Abang
at
pasal
that. That is
diam,
a
tapi
young
kau dah suruh
Overton
abang
being
kas,
used.
sadar,
The
Todak
Malaysians
ni.
are taken very low, but they are not backing
Pucanya
down.
Abang Ramil nak
Right
puca.
now, Overton is being used, and that will be Villa Luna taken out.
Abang
And
cuba diam
Fourways
dululah,
pressures away
Malu
the
tu
rest
Todak menang.
of the members.
Kalau abang bisikkan,
But
Todak
you
kalah.
see Dapper waiting for an opportunity. I don't think he will be finding anything too crazy right here. As the Malaysians, they converge on the bottom side. If they're lucky, they might just catch Soriano off guard here, as Fourways is trying to delay the collapse coming in from the rest of the Filipinos. But I think right now the Malaysians will be able to get that turret, but Luminant Blast being used by Moon, stolen away from Villa Luna, as Chico guys will be able to take out Del Rosario. But as a result, that is 2 members taken out, and Dapper has arrived. 3 members running away from the full brunt of the Filipino aggression. That will be Fourways taken out as well.
It's 3-4-1, an advantage and a lot of benefits from Malaysia, even though they have to lose the bottom lane here. But 3 members down, and it's gonna be the 4th one, which is it's Chiku guys, who will be punished in the middle lane, Arashi.
Just constant back and forth here. Chico guys, after the initial fight, he gets caught out yet again, and the Filipinos are able to equalize the trade in the bottom side, taking out that turret as well. Map control is still very much contested here, but I can't help but feel on a tank jungler, Del Rosario is going to have a lot better time contesting for these neutral objectives.
Agree with that, and let's see what will Malaysia needs to do here, because now Philippines, they are trying, you know, it's the moment when you know, when you play Mobile Legends, you know that you have a feeling, okay guys, we are snowballing right now, so this is time for us to just giving a more pressure towards our opponent, right? And now this is what Philippines do. They are trying to giving a lot of pressure to Malaysia, and they want to play and to get more objective turrets even in the top lane.
As we say that the Yums gets bursted down, he will be able to survive as the Numenor Blast has been used. The Malaysians are coming in to try and back up their top side. Momo and Yums though, I'm afraid of being used. Villa Luna gets taken under the turret, but he will still be able to survive as Chiku guys comes in. He gets bursted down though, Yin Yang overturn along with everything else. He gets taken out as Yums will be forced to back away. Soriano with the snipe will not be able to secure the kill, but look at the flame shot! Actually lands onto Yums, and Fourways will be forced to back away. He is stuck under the turret though, as Moon will try to recall, but they might spot him as well. Fourways gets taken out. Moon will survive with his life. The turret will be the next victim for the Filipinos though.
Did you see the zoning again and again coming from Philippines? It makes Malaysia, they are so much in the hard situation right now. They cannot force themselves to go back with the recall. They have to let Philippines to do their things in the top lane just now. No one realized actually the Yin Yang Overton comes out from Imam, and also the flame shot that really on point from Imam. It makes Malaysia, they have to, you know, sometimes you have to prepare for this kind of stuff, right?
Here we go though, more stuns being used as Villa Luna is just relentlessly treating the Malaysians with a lot of pressure. But still, for now, both teams are just waiting for the next objective. They don't want to risk losing members before the objectives start spawning out. We talked about the Kagura not being so good, but Imam is proving me wrong right now.
Oh.
As right here, look at that, engaged on the turret though. Electro will being used with the Petrify as well.
Oh, no,
That is the Malaysians falling apart. Double kill for Imam yet again. But look at Momo
What?
doing the damage, dealing the DPS. Fourways trying to help him out, but that's 5 members against 2. The Rosario comes back in, threatens away, pushes the Malaysians away from the rest of the roster, and they will still be sieging with full roster. 5 members
Oh,
at the stun
this
though,
flick!
being used by Fourways with that flicker. Soriano very low, taken out with the Prince's Wrath, and now Momo is a free hitting as Fourways is stopping all the momentum. But look at that knockup, won't be enough as the members of Malaysia spawn back, and now they can go for the Lord without Soriano on the field.
Oh my god, now Malaysia, they want to force the Lord fight here in the lower pit, and it's gonna be a disaster if Philippines they cannot counter it back. Now 5 members from Malaysia, they are chasing Villa Luna away with the Guardian Bulwark up, but the town connects to Villa Luna, and it's gonna be another target that's coming in from Malaysia, which is Villa Luna. There's not gonna be another, no Million Blast setup from Philippines.
No front line for the Philippines right now as Formace deals a lot of damage to Dapadap, but he is alone right now. The follow-up comes in from Del Rosario, but the rest of the Malaysians zone away Soriano and Imam. The Lord is still doing a lot of damage to the Malaysians though. This is a dangerous situation as you see Del Rosario flanking around, having his eyes on Chiku as Yums gets very, very low. And now it is just back down to the setup as Formace actually walks right in front of him. Is there going to be a big play though? Dash does not land, and the Lord is started by the Filipinos. And in the top side, they see Momo on the field, so this might just be a free Lord taken by the Philippines. They're trying to rush it down as Formace tries to do something, and Chiku goes for the steal, but he gets knocked up. Not just stunned right here though, but the flick from Villa Luna, the fallout from Dapadap as well. That is 2 members down from the Malaysian squad, and the rest will follow through. Shotgun for Formace, but actually Momo picks up a shotgun as well. He's kiting so well right here, and Dapadap cannot find the kill as Yums is still in the front, but he's alone. He's left by the rest of the members, and you can see that they do not want to let him escape. Villa Luna still beating down on him, but they decide to go for the Lord, and on the top side, Momo is forced to deal with the wave.
Abang dah call Moon dah.
How long the fight?
Todak come back. Abang dah call Moon dah. Abang kata Moon memang betul lah
Moon.
Moon.
Setup.
Betul,
3 members got stunned, and
auto win
the
bro,
Padap
auto
is
win.
very, very fast. And the Lord is going into the hand of Philippines right now.
That is the Lord secured. Yums tries to do a lot of damage as Momo is still free hitting again and again. He is not under control right here as Villa Luna gets taken out. He's unstoppable, but for how long? He gets bursted down by Soriano with the snipes. Filipinos are not done just yet though. It's a flame shot, nearly takes Yums out, but Formace is alone, struggling for his life with the Princess Wrath. It won't be enough as Imam picks yet another kill up. Chiku in the front, Yums trying to survive, but he gets taken out as his immortality is popped up. Moon tries to do damage, but Soriano will continue gunning down the members from Malaysia. That is a 3-for-1 right now, and the Lord is walking down the mid lane.
It's insane, Arashi. Did you see the K thing? It keep happening from Philippines and also Malaysia. And did you see that Formace deal a lot of damage towards Soriano, but it's not easy to take him down. And now the Lord is marching down inside the base, into the base of Malaysia.
Ooh, Stone Luminant Blast being used, but Imam goes in instead. Mina Overton does not succeed in landing. Chico, guys, takes out Imam. That is a great pickup as the Malaysian look for some more. Chico goes in, but the Petrify like the final blow combo used by Dapadap. He's unstoppable. He's going in 1v5. He finally gets knocked down. Wait, he is still terrified, but he is going for Moon. Moon, very, very low right now, but that is a shutdown picked up by Momo.
Ooh. Wow, Dapadap. He tanked all of the damage. 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4, trying to give some distraction in the other lane just to make sure all of the members from Philippines that actually very, very low can go back and recall safely to their base. This is amazing plays that are coming from Dapadap. But I realize Formace, he also tried so hard to be the front laner for Malaysia, and he hopes that actually the damage dealer from Malaysia, which is it's gonna be Momo, can try to follow him up. But the problem is not easy as well for Momo because he needs to pay attention with his positioning.
That is a concealed play by the Malaysians though. Villa Luna will be the primary target, but he will be able to escape as Moon dashes in though. He is in the sides for a big Luminant Blast. It actually lands onto Yums, but the snipe coming from Soriano will take him down. Dapadap gets very, very low. The Yin Yang Overturn is used onto Formace. That's a double kill for Soriano. The rest of the roster from Malaysia, 3 members running away, and the Filipinos have a 1-for-2 trade.
Oh my, I'm so confused already because it's very a long team fight, yes, and it's very chaos here. Malaysia, they seems refuse to surrender. They seems refuse to give up, and they still want more.
Blast lands! Oh my god, that is Yums getting taken out. Unstoppable. And Momo very, very low, but he'll be able to survive. The snipe lands on the Chico instead, and the Malaysians are on the back foot. It's a 4v3, but Formace is up right now. He is relatively squishy, but he has enough crowd control to spell disaster for the Philippines. They're clearing the waves, and the Philippines recognize the threat. Formace leading the charge, looking for something more, but it does seem like the Philippines will be able to back away as Dapadab
Buat tidur, bang. Mana tu mimpinya ni?
on the
Itulah
other
tu.
side of the map.
Did you see the damage from Imam towards Momo? With the yin yang overturn connects with the umbrella? It makes Momo has to at least respect with the magic damage that Philippines has. But look at that, the final recurrent open up again and
Ooh.
another setup from Villa Luna. And I think it's gonna be a fight for Philippines here.
Moon tries to do a lot of damage, but it won't be quite enough. Villa Luna will eventually get taken out, but Formace is out of the battle as well. Momo is doing a lot of damage, but he gets taken out on the other side. Chico does his best with the Abyssum Strike, but Dapadab is just so lethal right here.
my
Dashing
God.
around. Soriano with the monster kill. Yum's now the final target. Imam picks up yet another one, and that is a wipeout for the Filipinos. They are pushing, they're looking for an opportunity here. There is 16 seconds on the shortest death timer of the Malaysians, and they think they have a chance here. Soriano pushing the wave, cutting it as soon as possible. 8 seconds for Formace, the tankiest member. Will the Filipinos be able to take him out before he stops the minion waves? Here we go, the base very low. Formace spawns, but it won't be enough. Look at Matatak! The Filipinos have done it!
2-0 for Philippines without any sweet refrains that coming from Malaysia. What a clean sweep for Philippines, and good game, well played, Malaysia. You guys did your best, but you guys have to say another goodbye in IESF 14 World Esports Championship. What a fight, what a game. I just saw, there's so many things happen inside the game just now, Arashi. We see a lot of kiting by both of the teams. We've seen forward and back team fight from Philippines and also the Malaysia. How hard for Mace and the others from Malaysia try to defend and turn back the table, but it's just not happening for Malaysia.
It's a very bloody battle coming in from both the Filipinos and the Malaysians.
Agree.
It definitely was not an easy victory as we take a look at some of the highlights, Momo-chan. That game was just full action all the way from the first minute.
Since in the early game, agree with that, Arashi. And I don't know, I just feel that Malaysia, it's very, very hard for them because even though Momo almost got the momentum here to at least keep giving a pressure by all of the basic attack, the heavy crossbow coming from Momo, the problem is the same reason actually is happening as well in the game number 2 because Malaysia, they don't have any answer how to stop Soriano. Every time Formace try to do 1 versus 3 and 1 versus 4 situation here, there's no a follow up. There's no a fast follow up coming from Malaysia. It makes Formace always be the first target to get punished by Philippines, right? And the Numian Blast setup from Villa Luna.
It's just used as a counter
crazy.
setup, knowing that the Malaysians, they want to go in and get those kills as well. They keep trying to get Soriano and Imam, but at the same time, everyone else is just so lethal here. Del Rosario with the utility, Dapadab just going in and out. You
that
barely
guy.
see it, and we talked about, again, I'll admit full defeat here, okay? I said Kagura was questionable. Imam says, really? Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah.
This man was absolutely crazy in this game. From utility, from the pickoffs, I think Momo was solo killed again and again, especially in that late game.
Yeah.
And overall, having access to so many
Wow.
burst damage abilities, like the Electro Final Blow, like the knockup coming in from the Rosario, the Numenon Blast, the snipes, the true damage of Soriano, and the Yin Yang Overturn. The Filipinos were just so much better at finding opportunities to just burst down the backline from the Malaysians.
And I have to give a big applause for Dapadab. He made this happen, The first, in the early game, he tried to crush everything. He tried to, even chasing all of the members from Malaysia that looks very, very low, right? Even though sometimes he has to be countered back by Malaysia, but at least he got one Arashi.
Wow,
It's always 1 for 2 or maybe 1 for 1. It's enough for Dapadab.
It's almost like a different formula here because Formace was also just taking a lot of attention, putting a lot of pressure on the rest of the rosters, but he is in the end of the day, a utility tank, and Dapper was just lethal going in and out. If you ignore him, he will take you out before you even realize. So there's just so many problems for the side of Malaysia. And if there was one guy, they can probably take him out. But when everyone on the side of the Philippines can dish out that much damage, it's just such a tough game.
Wow, and MVP goes into the hand of Imam Hussein. Let me teach you how to play Kagura here with a 0 kill and a 77k damage deal by the Yina overturn, by the umbrella that he used. It's enough for Imam to giving a lot of burst damage here towards Malaysia, especially the Malaysia composition team fight here. They need to get close each other, right? So the Valentina need to copy the No Man Blast setup from Lolita. Frederick need to knock up someone and also need to do the taunting stuff. And Ruby using the I'm Offended. So it makes all of the players from Malaysia who stick together, it's easy for him to just show up the Yina overturn. And the Villa Luna, again and again, if we talk about Momshu, we know how great this player, right? All with the Lolita, with the Ruby, even the No Man Blast setup. It changed everything for the Philippines. Sometimes it can turn back the table. Sometimes it can be the cover as well for the Philippines teammate here. So with the 16 assists and also the damage taken 94k.
Basically 95k.
Basically, yeah.
He is so flexible,
Absolutely
knowing what to
crazy.
do, what to do and when to do it. He just knows. Is it experience? Is it game sense? Is it instinct? Whatever it is, Villa Luna absolutely has it. And as you mentioned, Momo-chan, with Imam as well, sometimes his damage taken was quite high as well because he understands that, okay, you can trade the kill back to me, but if I take Momo out of the equation, that is going to be Soriano just gunning everyone down. And that Leslie was just a huge, huge problem. And despite the fact that in this game, there was no long-range artillery, Imam makes it work. So it's not the hero, it's the player.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Malaysia, they don't have enough time to at least make the score 1-1. They have to let the tournament goes. They have to say goodbye with 2-0 point for Philippines. Even Momo become the MVP here. He already got his item. Like I said it earlier, it was very, very close for Momo, right? He almost got his momentum, but the timing is just too late for Momo. Maybe not only for Momo, but all of the member here. For Mace, he already secured that brute force burst split and also the Athena seal to totally respect the magic damage coming from Philippines here, from Del Rosario, from this Kagura, especially with the burst damage. But it's not enough because the Philippines is just way too strong.
The thing is that Momo has a lot of damage, but there's a lot of burst damage on the side of the Philippines as well. So
That's right.
it only takes one single moment for him to miss position, and it's over. But of course, we'd like to extend, a very warm, massive thank you to our supporters, Wonderful Indonesia, Kemenpora, NOC, and Koni, and of course our sponsors, JHL Group, JHL Auto, Nusa Pay, Das, Gudang Crypto, Pertamina, Taiwan Excellence, Hydro Coco, IndyHome, Telkomsel, Hin, Episode Hotel, Merusaka Nusa Dua, our beautiful venue, Mineski Global, Indonesia Football E-League, ESID, and Lemon ID.
And thank you for all of media partners that we have. We have Net TV, Trans7, Deticom, Esport ID, Video.com, Dunia Games, Dance TV, Dance Play, Merah Putih, Bola Score, and also Kami Bijak. But I think we have to pass away to Mas Gary, Uncle Gary.
Uncle Gary.
Our Uncle Gary for the interview. So please take it away.
All right, thank you, Moshi, Momo, and Arasian. Guys, we have Filipina once again beat their enemy. They're gonna go to next round versus Cambodia. Okay, so I will ask you guys, what is your plan for tomorrow's?
We're gonna rest and have some sleep because our match is too early and we have too much for a day. And a little celebration, we're gonna eat ayam betutu.
Ayam betutu. What about you? What is your plan for your rest day for tomorrow?
I need to sleep and
I need to swim.
He wants to swim. I don't know why, but he wants to swim. Okay, anyway, guys, that is the last match for today on ISL 14 World Esports Championship Mobile Legends Bang Bang. So for tomorrow on air stage, we will have e-football match. So you have to watch once again on ISL 14 World Esports Championship. Thank you for watching and I'll see you around, guys. Goodbye!